Hi everyone, welcome along to today's video. So I've had a question about boilers and thermostats, what temperature to set them at to best get the amount of heat you require and the most savings that you can get using your boiler. So we have combi boilers, we have our conventional boilers, don't we, our F&E systems. Now the F&E system ones, you can't set below 65 on the boiler because your hot water tank needs 60 at least to turn the thermostat off on the hot water tank, so you've got hot water for your tap. So really, if you are on an F&E system, 65 is the temperature, the minimum you want to go on that boiler thermostat setting, okay? But all of us with combis, we don't have to worry about that. Now this is where something else can take over and affect, because you need to know whether you have a two-pipe system or a one-pipe system. This is the pipes that heat your radiators around your home. Now luckily most houses these days anyway, especially even going back 20 or 30 years, all have two-pipe systems, generally the case. But if you've got a really older house, dating way back with an earlier system in it, you may have a one-pipe system like I've got in this house. And I know I'm too lazy to change it, but I just can't bear the thought of ripping the floor up and everything to do it all. But I'll show you what a one pipe system looks like. Here then we have a one pipe system I've drawn out for you. Not very good, I know. But as you can see, the one pipe basically comes out of here, out the bottom of our boiler, and it's going along on one long line, going up here and along the bottom of these radiators and back into the return of the boiler. So it's just one pipe, and the T's go off into each rad like so, and that is how a one pipe system is plumbed. But what it does mean is that the radiators on the last end of the run are never going to be as warm as the early ones, and if you turn some rads off, get those hotter, you can, but the pipe is still going to be a lot cooler time it gets back there than it would be on a dual pipe system. So this means we're always going to have, or I do, a return temperature that is well below the requirement that you need for condensing and for maximum economy of the boiler. Now you think I'm mad, I know, but my boiler is set to maximum. It's running at that temperature there, nice and high. Now I know the flow temperature also makes a difference to the economy, at least up to 5% I've been told. So I'm losing some economy there. But if you look at my return temperature, you'll see there that it is only 40, and it doesn't go much above that, even though it's flat out. But I do find once I turn that boiler stat temperature down there that the heating is definitely not enough, not when it's these really cold snaps. I can get away with it a bit lower, down to 70 on the milder days, and even 65 at a push. But on these really bitter days like we're experiencing at the moment, where it's 1 degree or 2 degrees out, that's got to go flat out. So if you've a one pipe system like I have in this old house here, that I'm too lazy to change to a two pipe, that definitely, for me anyway, it needs to be almost flat out, that stat, to get the temperatures required on those last radiators on the way back. And indeed the actual temperature of the radiators themselves anyway. I'm not talking about stats that you use, a room stat to turn temperature up and down, things like this, because again, they're just controlling the actual boiler coming on and off at a set temperature. But what I'm talking about here is the actual amount of heat that's required to get those radiators really hot anyway, for those stats on the radiators to turn off, the actual thermostats, and for obviously the room stat to turn off quicker, because the heat passing through the pipe underneath and into the radiator is hotter. So are we saving more money because that means the thermostat is actually clicking off sooner? Whereas when I had that lower temperature, say the 60 that's recommended, then the water in that pipe passing that radiator is nowhere near as hot. The radiator won't be anywhere as near as hot. So is it now running longer to get to that temperature that I require for the room stat, which may be set at 20, than it would be if I had it flat out, where it would reach that temperature a lot quicker. So if you get my meaning, the saving is kind of a bit ambiguous there, what's a bit of a word, isn't it? That's a bit of a long word, yeah. Okay, yeah, it's a bit one of those things, isn't it? Am I saving or am I losing? But I do know that return temperature, which is the most vital one, is always low and well below where the setting should be to save money on the heating bill. So that way I'm keeping warm and it's all tickety-boo. So I'm not going to change anything. I can't bother to. One pipe it'll have to be. Anyway, that's just a little one for all you really that have a one pipe system. If you've got a two pipe system, no problem. It kind of equals out no matter where the rads are. So it's kind of maximum efficiency, and you'll find that return can get really hot. So you have to be careful what you set your thermostat on the boiler at in that instance. Okay, one of those little thermostats, a clip on a pipe, are very handy, by the way. Does give you a good insight into what that return temperature is coming back at. So that's about it though, just a little one from me on heating efficiency and economy mainly, and one pipe dreaded heating systems that some of us have still got. I must change it one of these days. Anyway, that's it from me. All the best, and I'll catch you next time.